Hey guys, hey family. So this is the sonogram of my baby. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through it. It's just amazing. It's just phenomenal. And so there's the little bean. So profile. So this is the nose, mouth, jaw, eyes. This is from the side. I'm just gonna walk you through just a little bit of it. It's pretty incredible. This is a foot. She's kind of pointing out here with that cursor. Um, but yeah, I'll just kind of show you the cool stuff. It's just, gosh, it's just unbelievable. This little flutter you see right here, that's actually the heart. That's the heart beating. This is an elbow. I'm kind of following her. This is an elbow. These are ribs. And so this is the baby's facing us. So this is its face. So these are the eye sockets, these dark areas. So that ring right there, that's actually an eye right there. Kind of crazy looking. So the baby's facing us right now. So here's the ribs. This is an arm, hand. Um, Gosh, it's just unbelievable. So there's baby looking at us. She said everything looks good. Once again, this is the heart, this flutter. And then she switches angles. So here's profile again. So head, spinal cord. The heart's the fluttering, and then you should see, so there's the heart fluttering. And then you should see a couple of dark, yeah, there's one. The dark shapes mean there's liquid. So anything where it's really dark, that's liquid. So the dark spot, I think here and here, there's two dark spots. One of them is the stomach, which is good. That means it's ingesting food and liquids well, which is great. It means it's eating well. And then the other one is the bladder, which is also good because it means that it has functioning kidneys and everything is doing well there. So this is flipped upside down. So this is a shoulder and an arm and a little hand. Gosh, it's just unbelievable. Here's some fingers. It's just moving around a lot. It's unbelievable. Just moving. These are ribs. You can see kind of ribs through here. So this has its hand underneath its chin. It's kind of posing, which is pretty funny. It's just the thinker. So this is the chin nose right here. She's going to move on here in a second. There we go. And so then this is, if I'm, yeah, let's see if this is the right one. So yeah, this is again the baby looking at us. So eyes. Okay, so now I think if so she's looking at legs right now. Here's a foot. This is a foot. This is a leg. Right now she's just checking to make sure it has all of its limbs. So she's kind of scanning through the baby to find out where the limbs are. So an arm. For the record, it does have all of its limbs. So well done, Katie. Nicely done there. And then it'll shift and it'll go, I think the next coming thing, it'll go through the check out the top of the baby's head, which is interesting too. There's the heart flutter. So yeah, there's a little profile, a little pic. Okay, so this is looking down inside the top of the baby's head. So this is about the middle of the baby's head, and so you'll see this white kind of line right here, right there. So that's actually the split between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. So this is inside the baby's head. This is the brain. So this is looking down on the top of the baby. So here's an ear, this little bump, and here's an ear. And that's what she's going to do right now. Is she's going to take a measurement in between the two ears. And based on how it's reading this, it can tell you how big these centimeters are. So here's the Shipley noggin. So she's taking a measurement. So these numbers here, this 19W, that's 19 weeks, 3 days. That's based off the measurement. It's estimating what stage of development it's at. So it's saying it should be roughly around 19 weeks, 3 days developed. and Katie's 20 weeks, and so that's perfect. She said that's great. So this is the chest cavity. So this is actually its heart, and so she'll make a little note of it. But it has 4 chambers, which is excellent. So this is the chest. If you were to take a middle section, and then she's going to point out here. This right here is actually the umbilical cord, and so the umbilical cord has 3 vessels, which is good. It's normal to have 3 vessels. Some women only have 2 vessels, and then they have to kind of monitor it a little more closely. But Katie has 3, which is rock star. So now she's talking about, so these dark spots are what we talked about, that liquid, and so that's good. That's probably the stomach, I think she said. And so now she's going to take the circumference of the chest. This is like the rib cage, the chest cavity. And this is all just to make sure that everything's developing at the same time. So this is the baby's ribs and spine, and then here is a shoulder, and then elbow, and so she's going to measure this bone. And so I don't know if you've been paying attention, but so this is, the elbow is 19 weeks, 3 days. So the idea is that you want everything in between 18 and 20 weeks developing, because that means everything's developing at roughly the same time. So your baby's developing evenly, I guess. It's cooking evenly. And so this is from below. So this is the baby's knee. This is the butt. So this is the knee. So she's trying to get the femur and get that measurement. So then, once again, 19 weeks, 0 days development. And so then, let's see what she goes to next. I kind of forget. So then she kind of talks through this, but so these over here. So the Shipley noggin, 20 weeks, 2 days is based on the measurements, how developed it is. So it clearly is the biggest thing we've measured, which is pretty funny and awesome. But then everything else is measuring at around 19 weeks. In between 18 and 21, I think is good. And so she's like, everything is looking great. We're developing normally. And then I'm going to skip forward a little bit. So then she's measuring this black stuff here that she's taking measurements. That's the fluid around the baby, which is good. And so Katie's got good fluids. That's awkward. But so let's see. So here's the little tyke. So this is the head. This is the back. So this is from behind the baby. So here's the head, the neck. Right now she's checking out the spinal column, which is this, ribs. Yeah, so she's tracing the spinal column to see where it kind of tapers off and to see the neck joints and everything. She said everything looks good. Here's a hand. You can see fingers and a thumb, which is great. But yeah, everything's looks really good. So there's like 10 more minutes of footage just like this, but I think you guys kind of get the gist of it. But yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. And so, gosh, it's just amazing. So anyways, I'll leave you with let's see, we'll do a good shot of the kid. So here's profile. This is baby Shipley right there. So anyways, love you guys.